Hello and welcome to this edition of FYI. I'm Elaine Chang-Baxter, the Director of Partnerships for Montgomery County Public Schools. With us today in the studio is Shella Cherry. Shella is the MCPS Coordinator for Student Leadership and Volunteers. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
Can you tell us about your role in the school system?
Certainly. A year and a half ago, I came to Montgomery County Public Schools to work as the Coordinator of Student Leadership, Student Service Learning, and Volunteers. I say Student Service Learning kind of in parens because my job responsibilities are beyond student leadership and volunteers. I support student leadership programs across the district, initiating some programs and also supporting current programs like the Student Member of the Board and our countywide district SGAs. In addition, I work with volunteers across the district and all of our schools and our Student Service Learning program, helping to support our students earning their graduation requirements.
So speaking of graduation requirements, can you tell us about the Student Service Learning hours? Why do students need to earn hours in order to graduate, and what are the requirements?
So our students must earn 75 Student Service Learning hours before graduation. They can begin earning the summer after their 5th grade year through the first Friday in June. And the 75 Student Service Learning hours is an opportunity for our students to engage in civic work, to impact a service community and make a difference. It is an opportunity for our students to earn service learning hours within the scope of the school day. So our students have the opportunity to earn 45 of those 75 hours through their classes, beginning in middle school, 6th grade science, 7th grade English, 8th grade social studies, and also in their NSL class in high school. Beyond that, MCPS requires that our students earn 30 hours outside of the school day, where they can reach out to local nonprofit agencies and provide service support to those organizations.
And is earning Student Service Learning hours, is that something that's a requirement across the state?
It is a Maryland state graduation requirement. Although some districts don't require the 30 hours outside, they may embed more hours within the scope of the school day. But here in Montgomery County, being such a large district, there are several nonprofit agencies that really thrive off of the support of our students. And it also gives our students the opportunity to engage civically with nonprofit agencies and build on some of their school assignments and school work, the things that they've learned in the classroom, and take them into the real world.
What are the guidelines that students need to know regarding the Student Service Learning hours?
So it begins the summer after 5th grade, and they have until their senior year to begin their hours. 75 hours is the graduation requirement, and they must serve at a registered nonprofit agency. There is one exception to that, and that is for any nursing homes or senior facilities because of the nature of the organization and the community that requires that service, and it's an excellent opportunity for our students to do outreach in that community.
If I'm a senior, by when is my counselor or my school really checking to see if I'm going to graduate? When am I going to get that heads up that I need X number more hours?
That's an excellent question. So we provide, our office provides that senior data beginning in August throughout the course of their school year. And the students can monitor their own progress in Naviance as well as in their MCPS student portal. And so before, that was kind of a new piece. They could only see it on the report cards, but now they can self-monitor.
I see.
The schools receive that monthly report from our office so they can monitor and see which students in their senior class currently have met that requirement, still need to complete service learning hours, or some of the students who might be progressing towards a certificate of meritorious service, meaning that they've earned 260 service learning hours.
And in my work, I learned about the wonderful Montgomery County Volunteer Center, which I didn't know existed, and now that I know it exists, it's absolutely amazing. Can you tell us about the purpose of the Volunteer Center, where students can find information about volunteer opportunities?
Certainly. The Montgomery County Volunteer Center is an excellent partner in our work. It is a government-run agency here in Montgomery County where we actually partner to vet all of the nonprofit agencies in the county or in the local area that are interested in providing SSL opportunities to our students. Those organizations must show proof that they are a registered nonprofit, and they go through a 2-hour program or in-service, if you will, where they are oriented with the expectations of the state and of Montgomery County to be a service organization and what the service learning program is about. And then they are also sharing with us the qualifications that they have to become an MCPS SSL organization.
I see. And then students can go to the same site and find opportunities?
Yes.
Okay.
So www.montgomeryserves.org is the official website of the Montgomery County Volunteer Center. It is kind of a match service, if you will. Students can go onto that website and they can look at all of the MCPS SSL organizations that have gone through that vetting process. They can also go in and use a variety of different filters to include area of interest, date of availability, proximity even to their home, or on a specific occasion of interest. And by doing so, they are able to identify certain projects that might match their interest or availability.
Wow.
Oftentimes we use the example of students who are interested in working with animals as a possible career choice or just their self-interest. They can use a keyword search in the Volunteer Center website and 19 different things will populate for them, and they can connect to those organizations and reach out to them to see what opportunities might be available.
Wow. So that's the main source where we're directing students to go and look for their opportunities to earn their SSL hours. And then there's a search engine that allows them to search for geographical location and then topic of interest.
Yes.
And then for the nonprofits, they go and they apply to desire to host after they've gone through this orientation, and then your office then approves what they're proposing, correct?
Correct. And in doing so, we're just making sure that the organizations have followed through their compliance process, and then also to ensure that the different service opportunities that they provide to students and advertise through that website are appropriate for students. Sometimes there might be an opportunity that is posted for students 14 and older, but we also have students that are 11, 12, and 13 that might be interested. So we might encourage that nonprofit agency to consider what other opportunities might they avail to students that are of a younger age.
Okay, that's great. This volunteer center and the partnership with your office is amazing. And so helpful to our students and the nonprofits that are out there. Is there anything else that you wanted to add as far as student service learning hours?
Well, there's a plethora of information that's now available on our MCPS Student Service Learning webpage. We've updated that, as well as a video. It's about 9 minutes, so I know it can be a little lengthy, but we have student leaders in our district that came together with MCPS to create a new MCPS Student Service Learning video.
Oh, great.
And while 9 minutes sounds a little long, it is full of a lot of different information about the SSL program, the state requirements, and it also provides insight to the Montgomery County Volunteer Center and shows probably 5, 6, 7 different service projects in motion, so students can kind of get a visualization of what service learning looks like.
I think that's great, and I think sometimes students and or their parents need a visual to help them jumpstart their ideas. You know, this is a great opportunity for them to explore something and be of service, and they may come across something that they might want to, you know, pursue down the line in terms of their career or what they want to do when they are done with high school.
That website, MCPS, you can go on to the MCPS website and search Student Service Learning or even SSL for short, and it will come up. Or you can put in mcps-ssl.org. On that website, it will also link you back to the Montgomery County Volunteer Center, as well as information about specific due dates. This year, for the 2018-2019 school year, we have opened up the timeline for students to return their student service learning forms. There are 2 forms that students have to complete. One is the verification form if they are completing service directly with one of those pre-approved or MCPS SSL organizations through the Volunteer Center. And sometimes students find their own service learning opportunities. They might have a connection with a house of worship in the area that is doing something of secular work. They may have their own nonprofits that just are out of this district and don't come to our orientations.
I see.
But if we're able to go through a a communication process through one of our MCPS SSL forms, we're able to identify that yes, it is indeed a registered nonprofit, that they are going to offer an opportunity that's excellent for students. It just happens to be outside of our realm, and then this way we can still approve students for those opportunities.
So the best thing for a student to do if an opportunity they might want to pursue is proposed by a nonprofit that might not be in the volunteer centers, to get in touch with your office?
Yes.
To make sure that that's something that can count towards their credit?
Yes.
Okay.
And we can help those nonprofit organizations because sometimes they have questions and they might want to open SSL opportunities to a larger bank of students, or they may just want to work with their one or few students that they have a relationship at that time, and that's fine. But we're able to kind of help open up those lines of communication and just make sure that everything is meeting compliance.
Okay.
One thing that I did mention was the SSL timeline. So students can turn in their SSL hours anytime during the scope of the school year.
Okay.
Whereas before it was kind of done by a semester process.
Oh, okay.
However, they must do it within that current school year.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, good, very good tips, and thank you for all of the work that your office is doing to create opportunities for students across our school system.
My pleasure.
I'm Elaine Chang-Baxter. I'm the Director of Partnerships. Join us next time on FYI.